Hi, welcome back to Yoga with Jada. So we're gonna start off in a child's pose. Everyone get in your position and lean all the way back. Your butt should fall in between your heels. Remember, in yoga we focus a lot on our breathing, so each pose we'll be taking about 3 to 5 breaths. You could take longer if you need to. Remember, you're doing this at your own pace. Okay, coming up from child's pose, we're going to get into our table so we can get ready for our cat and cow poses. When we breathe in, we're going to round our back. That will be our cat. And then when you breathe out, you're going to lower your belly. That will be your cow. And then you're going to repeat this a few times, and you're going to be following it as you breathe in and out. In, cat, out, cow. Next, we're going to lift our right leg behind us. Toes are pointing down towards the mat. And then when you're done with this, you're going to move on to your left leg. Now begin to walk your hands to the top of your mat, tuck your toes in, then push all the way back into your first downward dog. To help warm up our hips in our downward dog, we're going to start alternating our legs. Now walk your feet to the top of your mat so we can get into our first forward fold. Next, you're going to bring your arms together, holding your elbows, and start swaying side to side. This is a good way to help loosen up any tension you have in your joints or your muscles. Up from your forward fold, you're going to sit back into a chair pose. As I know this is a holding squat position, a good way to focus less on the pain is to focus more on your breathing. Now bring your hands to the middle of your chest, and then stand all the way into mountain pose. You're going to want to fold all the way back over, and then we're going to repeat the same steps as that was our first cycle. Now we're just going to repeat the same stuff that we just went through. Don't forget, you're doing this at your own pace. This is not a race. our chair pose, you're going to put your left leg behind you and then lift up into your first warrior one. You're going to hold this position for a little bit, then bring your right arm down to your right knee and look up at your left arm. Now you're going to reverse it. Slowly drag your left arm down your left leg and look up towards your right arm. Then when you're done with that, you're going to do the same thing we just did for your right leg.
Cracking over your toes and splaying open or caving in. Lower belly is pulling in. Stay tall, but keep your shoulders soft. Then set up extended side angle. Place your left forearm on your
Walk your feet back up to the top of your mat, then jump back into a plank position. You're going to hold that, then slowly lower your knees down to the bottom of the mat. This is a modified version of a plank. Your chest down to the bottom of your mat, then slowly lift up into a baby cobra. Now you're going to push back up into your modified plank, then back all the way down into child's pose, and then we're going to repeat the same things. Okay, now that we're done with that, feel free to roll your wrists around and just relax into your child's pose. Now let's get into our regular leg stretches. use your fingertips to touch the tops of your toes on one side, whether that's your left leg or your right leg, whichever one you started off with. Just make sure you do the same thing on the other side. Alright, now touch the middle. Hold this. Now let's bring the bottom of our heels together to get a deeper thigh stretch. Coming up, bring your palms together and lean over to your left side. And if you went the right side way, just make sure you do the same thing on the other side. Now let's just roll our neck around, whichever way you want to go. You could close your eyes to get into a more relaxed state. This always helps. Okay, for our last few things, just bring your arm across your chest, wiggle your fingers around, do the same on the other side, wiggle those fingers around. And that's it for today's lesson. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys would like to see more, please make sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to visit our website at educarefoundation.com. Thank you guys so much. I hope to see you guys next week.